welcome to episode 102 for Gaming Dad 101, a show where gamers became dads and now we're looking for cheat codes. For those that are new to the show, Gaming Dad 101 goes live every Wednesday on podcast services everywhere and also every Fridays on YouTube. So, with that said, welcome to today's episode. Yep, once again, doing it by myself. I expect this episode to be fairly short. There was really not much going on. I did find some interesting information. For example, I know today we had the State of Play go out for PlayStation, and then I have another article that I will admit I'm a little sad to talk about, just from the sheer little memories that I used to have from it. But besides that, yeah, I really haven't had much chance to play video games for the last week, but that is what it is, life sometimes gets in the way, especially being a parent, having a full-time job. Things can get a little hectic at times, in life, but we do what we can and we do our best. We can't let it bring us down or anything. But with that said, let's go to our first segment of our show. The reasons why we're broke. This week, can you guys believe we're already approaching Christmas? Jesus. So games are kind of starting to slow down a little bit for the reasons why we're broke. But starting it off, we have Ashes coming out for PlayStation 4 and the Switch on December the 9th. We have Super Smash coming out for PC on December the 9th. We have Dauntless coming out for the Switch on December the 10th. We have Dragon Quest Builders 2 finally coming out for the PC on December the 10th. We have Hearthstone Descents of Dragons coming out on December the 10th. We have Mech Warrior 5 Mercenaries coming out for the PC on December the 10th. We have Narcos Rise of the Cartel coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Now, that would be honestly a very interesting game that I may actually try out just because I'm very curious. I want to see, just like city builders, you get to build your own city, typhoon, roller coasters or whatever. You build your own theme park and you make it, the best that you can and bring out the values. But now I'm getting the chance to become a narco and have my own cartel, the Spanish in me wants to give it a shot, I'll be the best Puerto Rican cartel you ever see, my man. But yeah, moving forward, we have Terminator Resistance coming out for the PS4, Xbox One on December the 10th. We also have the Talon Princess coming out for the Switch on December the 10th. And then finishing it off, for those that have not tried it, it is a game that I do want to try. It is currently on Xbox and PC, but on Xbox and PS4. It is finally coming out for the PC on December the 12th, and that will be Detroit Becomes Human. I've heard lots of good things from that game, so I really want to try it out. But yeah, once I try it out, I can definitely let you guys know my experience with it and see how I liked it. I know that Chris has played it in the past, and he's enjoyed it. So, but yeah. But aside that, let's go ahead and move over to the news that have come out this week. Like I said, there's really not that much information coming out since it is pretty close to Christmas. But we have some very sad news. Some people are probably gonna be sad about it. But you know that nice red box that you have at most stores, you know, your Walmarts, your Publix, your different, Walgreens. Yeah, I'm talking about the red kiosk called Redbox. It has been announced earlier this week that unfortunately Redbox will discontinue the sales or rental of video games at their kiosks. News from found at Kotaku basically states the rental kiosk company announced earlier this week that it is no longer renting video games whatsoever. Whatever was already stocked up will be sold off by the end of the month, and by the start of 2020, Redbox won't be selling games either. Uh, let's see here. And once Redbox games are gone, they are gone. And that goes all the deals and anything that you were possibly able to get with Redbox. I know that Redbox was fairly inexpensive. I used to use it a lot when I was younger. When I had the chance to actually play video games, just because I didn't wanna buy a full price, game, especially who back then. What was it? I used to pay like $2 a night, while movies were still $1 and video games were $2. I would have a game, for a couple days, played it, enjoyed it, finished it, and then Redbox got into the model of not providing the full game, and of course their prices raised or went up to like $3 a night, which is still not bad whatsoever for a video game. But the only thing that kind of turned me off from Redbox was that, for example, I would go and rent out, I don't know, Call of Duty. Let's say Call of Duty 3 or whatever. The game portion that I was only able to play were the online, versions. I wasn't able to play the story mode, and I'm the type of person that I enjoy the story mode of video games. I prefer playing the story mode of campaign versus an online multiplayer aspect. And that's just because, I like playing at my own pace. I like, doing my own thing however I want to do it. And I don't want to be pushed to, rush, 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 rush. Let's get this done, to win or whatever, or beat the objective. But yeah, I will say, but even with that, I will still be a little sad because I mean that's another deal that we're no longer going to be able to see. Perks. You have a video game that you can rent out for a couple of nights. For $3. What was the other thing that we saw earlier this year? I believe the end of last year. Oh yeah, Amazon. Basically, the Amazon deals that they used to have. Those discounts went bye bye. I guess when you used to pre-order a game, you used to get a certain percentage off for the video game for pre-order than them. You had Best Buy. You had GameStop. All of these companies that had video game um perks and deals and all that stuff is slowly being phased out. So it's a little discouraging. I think it's more because we're going into more of a streaming style service and subscription model, Netflix model, how most people want to call it nowadays. Which is cool and all, but sometimes people like playing the actual physical game, and that's what Redbox, was able at least to offer you, um, in some cases. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have for that. Moving over today, as many of you know, we had the state of play from PlayStation. I actually did get the opportunity to watch it this morning when live when it came out. Um, so some of the announcements that they had, I spoke about it last week. they finally confirmed Resident Evil 3, the remake. Um, yeah, I mean, it leaked out on the PSN network. They finally confirmed it today on State of Play. So for those that are looking forward, for it, if you get Resident Evil 3 remake, it will also come on PlayStation 4 on April the 3rd, 2020, along with the Project Resistant, an online survival game, which is also owned by the survival game, which is own company mode, or it's a campaign mode. Ooh, see, I love campaign mode. But yeah, so you get that. Also, they announced the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC expansion. Apparently, it's going to be one of their larger expansions that are going to happen. This is coming out around, January, what is it, January 23rd, 2020. It's going to have new battles, new characters. So if you're still playing Kingdom Hearts, it is a game that I have not personally finished myself. It is a game that I do want to go back and play, and I do want to finish it out. And then maybe once I finish it, I'll probably jump into the DLC just to check it out. But yeah, you have that looking forward, for the beginning of next year. What else? They also announced the Untitled Goose Game, coming out for the PS4 on December the 17th. So in a couple of days. They gave a little bit more information and an update on the release date for Dream. It will be available for PS4 on February 14th, 2020. So on Valentine's Day. Hey, that may be a perfect, Valentine's present. You're able to give us Dream. So look forward for that, and look forward for that then. What else did they announce? They have Spellbreak. It was a new battle royale, combining role playing and magical combat. It looked pretty interesting. It's gonna be starting closed beta pretty soon. So stay tuned. If we get more information on it, I'll be more than happy, to talk about it and provide you more of that information when it does come out. But it did look pretty interesting, and it wasn't bad at all. Um, Aside of that, they announced a feature game where it's a VR game. It was Paper Beast. It's a sandbox style game where you can explore a whole ecosystem and everything. To me, the beasts kind of look like a paper mache style monsters, so, or dinosaurs or whatever the heck they were, beast. Um, but yeah, you're able to fully interact with the world around you. So if you're into those kind of things, you have that looking forward. You're looking forward for it. And again, it comes out in VR, so stay on the lookout for that. It does come out on the first quarter of 2020. Um, we also have a new Predator game coming out on April the 24th on the 2020. Yeah. What else? What else did we hear? Oh yeah, from Square Enix in Planum, a new footage to the Babylon Falls. It's an action mixed with medieval fantasy settings and a sci-fi feel for a combat. We also had Superliminal. We had, which is a puzzle game. Um, and of course, they finished it out with the Sucker Punch game or the game from Sucker Punch, Ghost of Tsushima. Um, they showed us a little bit more trailers on that. It's still a beautiful game. It's still a samurai ninja style video game. But they did say to look forward for a more completed trailer on the Game Awards. I believe it's on the 17th, December 17th, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not December the 17th, it's sometime coming up. It's pretty soon. If not, I believe it's the 12th. So I'm sorry. So December the 12th, if I'm not mistaken. But besides that, that's really all the news that we have for this week. If there was anything that you guys want to talk about, we have a Facebook group. You can find us at facebook.com/groups /gaming dad 101. You can let me know if you found anything else. Oh yeah, over on our Facebook group, we did post, and there are articles that do confirm that they are making a new BioShock game for. The only sad part about that is it was just announced, and they did confirm that it's still in development, in early stages of development. So we are gonna have a very long time before we hear anything more on that game. But yeah, I'll definitely be into it. Looking forward to it. I own all three of them. I finished one. I was halfway with two. Haven't played three. Again, being a dad, having no time. But there are games that I do want to go back. Excuse me. I do want to go back and actually complete myself. But besides that, that pretty much brings us to the end of the show. Um, for those that didn't know or were not paying attention, the one item that I would like to share or recommend to people is be on the lookout for the new Witcher TV series. It comes out on the 20th of December. But yeah, let me know how you like it. I own the game. I have played some of the game. I haven't obviously played the whole entire game. Um, so I'm not 100% versed in their universe, in their backgrounds for them. So I'm actually pretty curious. So for those of you that actually watch the show when it actually does air, I want to hear your thoughts about it. I posted a post over on Facebook, asking what are your thoughts about it? What are your expectations on the TV show? So again, just hit us up at Gaming Dad 101 over at Facebook and let me know how you feel about it. If you want to continue getting in contact with us, you can always find us at GeekEnd Cast over at Twitter, or you can write me directly at Picky Gamer Dad, or you can write Chris directly at VisSan. Also, what else? Yeah, also we have our own webpage, geekendcast.com. You can find this and other shows over there. Yes, I said other shows because it's not the only show that we do, and I do not mind advertising our other shows as well. But yeah, so until next time, luego.